I'm thinking too in terms of because we're talking so much about development and sort of team culture, right? The Raptors culture when you got there, obviously that was put in place. Kyle,
Mm-hmm.
DeMar, and obviously you have Dwayne Casey who put in that culture. And I think
Case.
Nick Nurse has sort of maintained that culture as well, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
even grown it as well with his own take on things. But you had like entrenched leaders who are guys who people can look up to and essentially like fall in line, right? Like Kyle and DeMar were unquestionable leaders in that team. And
Mm-hmm.
now when you look at it, I think the leaders in the locker room right now are Fred and Pascal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you got a vet like Thad who can also provide his words as well. But this is like their team, right? Fred and Pascal in particular. And I think that, first off, even watching them grow into this leadership position, I want to ask you if you thought that they could have done that while you were there, obviously, because they were like sophomores at that time. Did you see that in them at that time? And then how have you seen them grow as leaders in terms of where they are right now?
Um, I definitely, I definitely saw it in Fred, in the way he is now. I thought Pascal had. I didn't know Pascal would become the vocal side of
Sure.
leadership that he's become.
Was he really
I
quiet?
knew he,
Like, what do you mean by that?
not quiet, just like his the way he communicated didn't come off as that way, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like he definitely communicated and he worked and he led by example and he did all the things he was supposed to do. I just didn't know if he would grow into the stand in front of everybody and say da 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 this, that, and the third, or just be a guy to be like, get somebody on the side, talk to them here, do little subtle touches
Mhm.
to make sure I'm felt, but not really a yeller or a talker or a screaming or that way. He's such a happy, positive guy. Sometimes the leaders got to go to the other side, and I didn't know if he would go to the other side, if that
Fair.
makes sense.
Fair.
But also, I knew they could be great leaders because they took so much pride in their work and what they did and how much they wanted to win.
Mhm.
That's one of the first things. They take so much pride in what they do themselves. Now we can hold the standard because I know and that I was here an hour and a half before anybody got here.
Yep. Yep.
And I did all the work and I did all the things and I stayed after and I worked out after the game and through the summer I get better every year. Now that everybody else can see that, now we don't have to fight that fight. Now we just focus on what can we do to make everybody better and let's win.
Right. Yeah, and I think the point about leadership in locker rooms, I think is again really hard for people on the outside who haven't played or who aren't in those rooms to understand, like myself, like the fans, where it's like, what does this mean? What is leadership? Right? We look at things like
Mhm.
we can see things that are more tangible, like the stats or like even just the plays that they run and stuff like that, but we don't see leadership in that same way. And I'm curious, like, have you ever been a part of a situation where like the leaders of the team are taken away from the situation, and then there's like almost like a leadership void where there's a chance for other people to step into it, but you also don't know
Mhm.
who is going to step into that, and sort of what effect did that have on the team culture overall?
Yeah, just because sometimes some guys just they don't, that's the lack of a better word, they don't vibe with each other. Like even if it's a
Mm.
guy that we really got set as the guy, he can't always reach every person. And
Okay,
it's not that they don't dislike each other or it's that they just it don't register the same.
sure.
Which is why there's these gaps during the season where guys have to. This is what the biggest thing vets it for. So I think, like my role when I came into Toronto, like you said, DeMar and Kyle are the guys. They're
Yeah.
the leaders. We know this. Like it's set in stone. Everybody knows this. This is why the team is so good because we understand this. We understand what we're trying to do. But at the same time, I step into this team as at this time, 13 years, or whatever it is, how many years in the
Mhm.
league. There is a responsibility that I carry with those years behind my name. Like I should be able to fill those gaps. Or I should be able to go to Kyle when Kyle needs somebody to nudge him.
Mm.
And DeMar the same. And it don't have to be enough. Those guys don't need to be motivated often, but it's hard for a first or second year guy to nudge them on the back, like, hey man, I need you to come on.
Right.
Like it's hard for them to do that.
Sure.
It's a lot easier for a dude you've been playing against for the last decade to come nudge you on the shoulders. Like I know you got more than that.
Right.
Respectfully.
But I mean, like
Because I would have
that's probably what
yeah,
Thad
go
is
ahead.
doing in that locker room. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't even have to be playing a lot. Like you don't have to be playing a lot. You don't got to average 20. You don't got to average because sometimes we look at the leader, like you said, as being the star guy, the guy that fills the stat sheet, does all the things, and that is usually the case. Like, and there's also some guys that are just good offensively that don't make them leaders. Like, there's a lot of guys in the league that could just score the basketball. That does not make them a leader.
Sure.
So there's different things we can. That's another conversation, but I think you just need guys that understand the feel of the team and guys that have won before and been around and seen it. And it's important to have guys like that And we got a lot of youth in the league right now.
Right.
And you can see it around the league where guys could benefit from just having a guy that's like, hey man, like, I did this before. I've been here. I had this team. I was on a team built exactly like this one.
Mhm.
This is not the route we need to go. Or I see where we slipping. I can see little things that can turn into big things.
Right.